One, go.
Whoa, we're here.
It's the witching hour.
All right.
No, that was last week.
Yeah, Halloween is over. Hey, everybody.
Not
I'm
yet.
Mark. This is Gary.
Okay, I have three
Oh, yeah,
more.
I still got some more candies
Got a
left.
couple more in the bag.
Welcome to Guitar Talk from Gary's Guitars. Like I said, I'm Mark. This is Gary. And we're here just to hang out, talk about guitars, guitar repair, and all things guitar. So the usual procedure is, for those of you arriving, which I should have known since the beginning, there's only 8 people here already. Just chime in, say hi, let us know your name and where you're from, kind of thing. And that way, and if you do have a question, put it into the chat, and we'll get to that. Good evening. We have Bob Sullivan. We have Doug from Augusta.
Hey, Doug.
Jim from Myrtle Beach. I think I remember him from previous shows.
That's not New Hampshire, is it?
No, it's where it's warmer than it is here for now. That's kind of Myrtle Beach is a place where it's not too hot, not too cold.
It's right on the ocean.
It's on the ocean, but it's not so far south that you get abused during the summer. And this is just my limited knowledge of it. Let us know what you think, Jim.
We had a woman here about 2 hours ago, 75, I think she said she was.
Yeah.
Killer Texas accent. And she's rambling on and on about her guitars and her ukuleles, and she wants to play mandolin.
Yeah.
Finally, I said, "So, did you move up here?" "Oh yeah, I had to move up here. I had to get out of that heat. I wanted to move where it's cold."
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay.
That's funny. I think if you have a heavy Texas accent, I think you're already able to play the mandolin.
Oh, maybe
It just comes with the.
You just got to get one.
From Kansas, hello. Rhodey, is that? Yeah. Hello from whereabouts in Kansas. I've visited Kansas, but only little bits of it. But I like Kansas.
Wasn't Salinas?
Galena.
Salina.
There's Salina. No, that's somewhere. There's Galena, which in Kansas, which I've been.
Just past Kansas City.
Yeah, well, Kansas City's way up in the north there. Yeah. Kansas City area. Yeah, I like it up there.
Yeah.
And I even liked the creepy old part of Kansas City that they're kind of fixing up a little bit. There's kind of like the post-industrial post, Yeah. I went and stood on the corner of 12th Street and Vine, and
I can't get over it. We went to Kansas City. It was New Year's Eve, so I understand. But we got to the Jazz Museum.
Yeah, oh yeah, I was there.
Like noontime.
Yeah.
They'll probably close early or something, but we're good. Get there, drive around Kansas City find it, pull up, get out of the car, closed. Damn.
I went there. They had Ella Fitzgerald slippers or something. I mean, they had some cool, strange artifacts.
Yeah.
Salina is southwest, in Kansas. Yeah. Oh, because you drove across Kansas.
Yeah. Then
I drove down. I started at Kansas City and drove straight down. So, anyways, you're not here to talk about geography. You're here to talk about guitars. So, welcome everyone once again. Chime in the chat. Just say who you are and where you're from, just so we know you're out there. We got some interesting people from interesting places, and ask us anything you want about guitars, and we'll try to answer it. And it can be about, of course, this week actually had another popular YouTube video, and it was talking about the business of guitars, not actual guitars itself.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was. It was kind of. I called it Guitar Apocalypse Year 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so another sequel to the, and so for those of you who might not know, I just have this kind of theory. I came up with it a year ago that we're just in for a used guitar apocalypse. That prices were on their way down a year ago. They're still on their way down. That's we'll watch the video, but my conclusion is we're not done getting a haircut. That used guitar values are coming down again. Hello from Melbourne. This is great. We do get people from Australia because it's tomorrow over there.
Oh, that's right.
They're having their morning coffee or whatever. They're having lunch probably.
Is it 24 hours difference?
Not quite that, but it's like
so it's early in the morning
or something. Yeah. No, it's like midday, I think, over there.
Oh.
So let us know, Guitar Colonel, what time it is where you are at. What's your take on the flood of guitars versus lack of luthiers or techs? I feel that there's not enough experience. It's not explored enough. I don't think that there's enough techs or luthiers to properly have all these set up. Man, we're busier than in the guitar setting
Yeah.
up and fixing than we've
Right.
previously been. Guitar Center just gave up having a in-store luthier or guitar setup person.
Right.
It just
Demographics.
yeah.
It's a worldwide problem of there's fewer young people, more old people. All us old people are retired, working part-time, not working at all, and not enough young people. And they seem to be less inspired by learning to fix things than doing stuff on their phone.
Well, you might know this thing about, I think maybe Chris Perrin used to tell this joke, how do you make $1 million in guitar making?
Start with 2 million.
Start with 2, yeah. So it is not well-paying work, even if, even if you think, like, wow, it's, whatever the hourly rate is, 60, 90, 100, whatever that hourly rate is that someone's charging, still not. Are you wealthy, Gary? No.
I mean, if I worked 40 hours a week and got paid for every minute,
yeah,
I'd be doing great.
Yeah, no, but you can't charge for every minute.
Repairs to do.
And so there is a lot less people doing guitar repair. Is a little bit, but also it is like Peter Meyer, who does some of our acoustic repair here. He lives in a 1-bedroom apartment with a 10-year-old car. He's, if you look at it, it's, $600 for a neck reset, but that money is, he's not getting rich doing
Maybe
it.
all he makes for a few days.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's, or he has to do it twice.
Right.
That's the thing. You got to do it till it's right.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to stop and start all over again. Sometimes you're just going to move slowly. So yeah, it's interesting. It's 10 a.m. in Melbourne. Yeah. All right.
So
Well, good morning.
Yeah. Is it Wednesday or Thursday or even Tuesday?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm shifting toward used guitars and basses I can set up myself, someone just said. Yeah, it's not rocket science. As long as you got the time to put into it, it's just some basic tools and some training.
Yeah,
but
you can get the basics online.
Mm-hmm.
If you're patient.
You can also mount your own tires. I don't know if you knew about that, but if you have a crowbar and the will to do it, you can mount your own tires. It's just really, sometimes you should just take it to the tire shop. Say, put these tires on.
I gave up fixing cars 15 years ago.
When I gave up fixing cars, my life got so much better.
Yeah. I don't care.
That was all
$700. Just whatever. I don't want to. I'll open the hood and look.
Yeah.
I'll check the oil, but I don't feel like it.
There ain't a lot of work for, and it's a lot of work for him. Yeah. So, doing Luthery, all the emulators. Oh, so no, I lost the thread here.
No.
So flooded guitars, and then it's shifting toward user guitars. Good amp. So Rhoda said it's even hard to find good amp repair people, and that's very true.
Yeah.
And we have one, and I refuse to let him retire. He wants to retire. He says, you're not. No. And you have to train your replacement, and that will take years.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's even more obvious to me. I mean, it's the digital thing. Paul and Mark before him, they went to school and learned electricity and electronics.
Yeah.
You go to school now, you learn digital stuff.
You learn how to make chips do what they're, to make this chip into one. It's all the same chip. You just teach the chip how to do the thing. Right. It's crazy. But it is hard to find people to work on amps. That's true. And it's going to get harder because it is a bit of a lost art in that respect. Right. I'll use all the emulators and keep the Princeton. Yeah, so this is something we've run into a little bit about. You're saying about, I'm keeping my Princeton just in case. Right. As far as fixing, we have a digital Princeton here. It's pretty nice. But digital amps, sometimes when they break, they're just broke.
Right. And
even if we can figure out what the problem is, we call Fender and say, send us the part. And they're like, we don't have the parts of that here right now. I might have to, we're waiting for a boat to come in from wherever it's coming in from. And right. So sometimes it's, it's right to be a little scared and skeptical of the digital stuff. However, I use it. Last night I was using the Tone Master Deluxe. The thing's great.
Yeah.
I can't argue. You can't argue. I mean, I'm a tube amp snob. I have 20-something tube amps, but you can't argue with what works.
Well, it's a shift in almost everything that it's just becoming everything's disposable.
Yeah, there's that too, I suppose.
You'll
That
get
kind
your
of
5 years out of it. It's going to break, throw it away, and get another one.
yeah. We've come to expect that, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the chat there.
You just did that with a car.
Yeah, same thing. My car is 10 years old, so I was like, you know what? It's not dead yet, but I'm not going to wait for it to die.
You're not going to fix it.
And there's no fixing it. It's an electric car,
Yeah, right.
and it's like the dealer doesn't even want to work on it. So I love electric cars. I bought another one, but year 1 through 5 is great. I got through 10 years with that car with very little problems, but I wasn't going to wait for the problems. And it's good to learn basic guitar setup as long as there's nothing hard to handle. From John from Knoxville. Yeah, absolutely. So I was saying, I don't like to mount my own tires, but I learned how to do it just because it was fun and it's a handy skill to have.
Mm-hmm.
But so knowing how something works just makes you understand it better, especially in setup, I think. And I'm running across this a lot.
Yeah.
Sticky nuts. When the you turn the tuner, it's like nothing's happening,
Ding.
and it just slips across the nut. And I think it is because you get these composite nuts that are like die cast, and it's never had a file run through it, so it doesn't have a directional kind of like
Right.
and
Well,
so it's good to know about that stuff. So when it's like, oh, my guitar won't go in tune, it's like, oh, it's getting hung up in the
I
nut.
recently learned a new trick.
Oh yeah,
Ted Woodford.
oh yeah.
Online guy repairman.
Yeah, we recommend
him.
watching this stuff.
For years, I've been just making the slots a little bit wider.
Mm-hmm.
He said, make sure the slot's wide enough, but then, especially on the D and the G string, where they
in the middle, yeah,
just knock that edge off.
on the way over around the corner, yeah.
Yes, make that round. It's hitting that little sharp edge there.
Yeah,
Works almost every time.
yeah, that's a good
That
point.
guy was just here, and joop, joop, all better.
And that was on a bone nut, guitar with a bone nut that, nicely made guitar, but just wasn't. Yeah, and that's something I having a human spend time with something is going to make it better.
Right.
So definitely learn, to work on your own guitars.
Well, I always say when people ask me about it, I just basically say what you're saying. There's nothing hard here, but most of it you got to do 50 times, maybe 100.
To get
Then
before
you
you're good at
see
it,
what 100 different guitars, because they're all different, and very few of them are perfect. So everything is a compromise to some extent. But you just got to do it over and over and over.
That's true too. Yep, you're gonna make the first 3 nuts you make will be terrible,
right?
And then the first 10 will, and then you can learn to make a nut. Right. Let me catch up with the chat here. I love real fuzz tones through tube amps, and I feel the tone is impossible for digital to replicate.
I believe it.
I mean, it'd be hard to talk this guy into a digital amp.
Luddite when it comes to digital crap.
But the sound of real tube amp fuzz is the sound of the amp malfunctioning. It's the sound of the amp reaching the edge of its ability to operate and staying there. So it's like, flooring the car in a race car,
I think I told this story here a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
When for Christmas, my dad bought me my first tube amp, Silvertone Twin 12, of course. And after he made us take it in the cellar and take it apart so we could see what was in there, because he had to know.
Yeah.
We got it back together, plugged it in. I'm playing it. I'm turning it up and up and up and up. Finally get to about 9. I'm like, oh. My dad shuts it off. He said, "What are you doing? Engineers have been working for 50 years to not have that sound. That's distortion. We don't want distortion." I said, "Yeah, I do."
Yeah. But it sounds like Louie.
Right.
Yeah, it is a special thing. An amp, a tube amp, at the edge of its ability is you can sample it, but it's not quite right. Although some of the pedals, can bring you that much closer as well. And some of the digital pedals, have, really gone a little further ahead of digital amps.
Right.
Digital amps are still a little, but some
I think, despite not liking digital as a whole, I have to admit, most of it's at the point where on stage you can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
Maybe with headphones on in the studio,
Yeah.
you can tell the difference, but with a band
Yeah.
playing,
Mm-hmm. And there's advantages
It's
to
close
being
enough.
able to get the sound out there. Someone asked, hello from Ohio, is the bridge doctor a good solution for a raised bridge?
I haven't got a complete answer from Peter yet. He's totally against bridge doctors.
Oh, that's funny.
Um,
Because
we haven't had a chance to discuss it. He used to
Yeah.
put them in. Now he says there's a better way. Oh, okay. Do that. But I haven't asked him what that is.
So I would like to speak on behalf of the bridge doctor. It
Mhm.
has saved a couple of my guitars, and I've installed it in some other people's guitars too. I'm fine with the bridge doctor. I think it's a good idea. It's kind of like a sound post for your guitar. So on a violin, you have a post that goes between the front and the back and transfers the sound. And so in this case, you're going from the bridge to the end pin, the end
Right.
block. That's a sound transference. Maybe it's I think Breedlove put them in their guitars.
Yeah, for a while. They came stock.
So I like the bridge
Well,
doctor.
to answer his question more directly, I don't think they're great at flattening a top. They're great from stabilizing a top.
keeping
that's
your
not
top
bellied
flat
up.
or making it not go more. But I have over the years, so I had the problem on my 12-string Seagull. 12 strings are programmed to self-destruct.
Right.
And it was, you're getting the rotation, the bridge, the top, getting the belly, and this was Chris Byrne put in the bridge doctor.
Wow.
And then after a year, tighten it a notch, and then after another year,
it eventually come down.
and it did,
Okay.
relearn its shape.
Right.
But it's not a magic wand.
But if you put it on a flat top, it will definitely help it stay flat.
Yeah. What do you think about G&L guitars going out of business? You hear about all that?
Yeah, I've watched a couple videos about it, and Fender's going to buy them because they have to, or they should anyways. Well, I mean, it's too bad. They had a great history, and the origin stories are great. I never loved their guitars. They always made perfectly good. Although the original ASAT Tellys, I will admit.
Those are my brother.
Those
Had
are
one of
great.
those. They never made bad guitars.
No,
I mean,
no.
they're kind of
Yeah, they were always good guitars.
Yeah. But I guess
I thought about being a dealer a number of times, but I realized I'd probably sell like 3 a year, maybe, because
doesn't say Fender on it.
nobody comes in and
It
asks.
says Leo on it, but it doesn't say Leo Fender.
Right.
So. Yeah, no, I actually like them maybe more than you do because I kind of appreciate the things that kind of take the Fender ideas and take them somewhere else slightly.
Right.
I mean, the Telly wasn't a regular Telly; it was a super Telly. So definitely their basses are cool.
I did have bases. G1000, I think it was a G&L bass. I had that for a few years, which was pretty good for me.
Yeah, Michael Krause is here. He said that Fender bought them. They could legally own Fender's name. Exactly. They bought the intellectual property. They bought his name.
Right.
Bought his likeness. And they might have gotten some patents with it or something. But like all those patents have expired by now, anyways.
Right.
But so in their marketing they can use because that's important in the Fender legacy. So, but the rest of the company got split off and thrown in the dumpster. So if you're in
there's no
Fullerton,
more G&L guitars coming?
No more. Not only that, if you're in Fullerton, head on over to the G&L factory and go through their dumpster. Yeah. I hear it's full of great stuff because they just literally it's liquidated. I mean, they're liquidating the instruments are put together. They're selling it to a liquidator, but. It's sad when those things happen because it's a brand that's been around for 40 years. It's a real guitar brand, and it was run by Leo Fender. So, I mean, it's good that Fender's name and likeness are back with Fender guitars, and he worked as a consultant for Fender guitars for years, and hopefully they saved his office. Yeah, the coolest thing about G&L was they left his office the way it was, kind of like. So that's. It'd be pretty cool if they kind of packed it up and moved it over to Corona. If they don't close the Corona plant. Not spreading gossip here, folks, but the gossip is new Fender CEO coming in.
Oh, really?
You heard it here first. Yeah.
Oh.
So more changes at Fender. We'll see
Hopefully
what happens.
somebody with a guitar music background.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Not the former CEO of Netflix or something.
Yeah, that kind of thing. That didn't work well for Gibson for
Right.
sure. There. Don't forget to mention the BBE is done. Yeah. So BBE actually owned. They own G&L. BBE, who
Oh, they
made
did?
the famous. They sold so many of those BBE Sonic
That's
expanders
amazing.
that they could buy G&L guitars.
Oh.
And so they went down.
Marcus Berry.
I was trying to guess what kind of old vintage arch tops you have in the background. So in the background, arch tops.
None.
Not on that wall. On the other wall that you can't see from here,
Yeah.
there's a few arch tops. There's a harmony. There's
Stella or K?
there's a Kane and a harmony, and then we have some arch top electrics. We got a Gretsch. That's not vintage, but it's a reissue. And actually, we're a little low on arch tops. We usually have more than that. I have a soft spot for arch tops. So
had a nice Eastman, but that's gone.
yeah, Eastman sold. So maybe the future is arch tops because we don't have many left. But yeah, on the wall we got some Fenders. Well, that's mostly Fenders right behind my head, and then some basses there, and then behind Gary's head are some Waldens, and then the acoustics are on that side of the store. On Instagram, if you like us on Instagram, you can see a store tour. I just walk through the store with a camera and show you all the
You do
stuff.
that once a week or so?
Yeah, it's a little less than once a week now. I'll try to be once a weekish, but it started during the pandemic when we really had to
do something.
Please buy these guitars, and then it was just people just liked it. So kept doing it. So just to recap, say thanks for watching. This is Gary's Guitars Guitar Talk. We just talk about guitars, and whatever you want to talk about, just put it in the chat. And also in the chat, say hi and tell us where you're from if you'd like, just to say hi. And there's that. Anything else interesting? It's a little quiet in the room for a minute. So do you have any topics this week?
No.
Anything comes to mind? No?
No. I didn't know till about 24 hours ago that I was
Yeah,
going
they're
to
going
do
to be
this.
on today, yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about it.
Yeah. Well, you just reached around a double neck.
We could drag the Supro out.
Yeah, that's a fun looking thing. You want to go grab that? Sure, what the heck? That'll be some good storytelling. You should timestamp the lives so that we know what topics you're talking about. Yeah. That's the one thing that AI might be good for is timestamping. I don't know if you've noticed that we're pretty low budget here, and
Let's see.
But yeah, I'll take that.
Wait.
Oh yeah,
What is
double
that?
neck.
Is that 20 pounds? Let me see here.
Oh, nearly. It's more than a cat.
Yeah, you don't want to hold this. So. But, sorry, I have a clip right here.
Yeah, we're not done. But it's a double neck Supro, right? Is it Supro or is it what's it branded?
There's a serial number. I'm guessing it's 40s, early 50s when they were popular. Literally looks like two Supros glued together. Pretty much.
That's fun.
I think that's what they did. Came in with the electronics not working, hadn't been strung, I would guess, at least 20 years. So fortunately, it's pretty simple electronics. Didn't take long to fix all that. But the tuning machines, which...
Oh, they're just Klusons. We could swap one if we had to.
Well, no, I mean, they work, but
they're just
very...
You oiled them, right?
My left hand is still sore.
Yeah, right.
Just getting 6 of them
And you
on.
can't get a crank tuner in between.
No.
There, so, yeah.
And I wouldn't with these old buttons.
Yeah, those are the real old buttons that can get fragile.
This is the interesting story with this. Sorry. The old Klusons have a hole.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's for really. But what I read once is they are lifetime lubricated at the factory.
Okay. So that's not a lubrication
probably translate to maybe 50 years.
Yeah, right. Yeah, lifetime. The lifetime of the person who made these tuners is no longer with us.
Right.
So
what's in there is hard grease, probably.
Yeah.
Many years ago, I occasionally tried putting a drop of oil in there. Did nothing.
Yeah.
So
it won't even. Yeah, that's
you
right,
just turn and
eventually the grease will wake up.
Easier.
Yeah.
And try not to strain your hand while you're doing it.
Oh, Peter Myers there. He says, "Don't take Mark's eyes out with that thing." Yeah. If I go blind, we all lose your jobs.
Anyways, that's that. Oh, this is probably real Bakelite here.
Oh yeah, the Bakelite covers. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough
There,
exercise.
So, yeah. That was Gary's project. Getting that going again. Jack from Gloucester, now in Georgia. What do you guys think about the old Hamer guitars? You would know more about Hamers for sure. That was your era.
Yeah, they were great.
Yeah.
Hamer, ESP Dean, early Music Man's. No, not Music Man. Ernie Balls.
Mm-hmm.
Balls? What are they called? Ernie Ball and
Music Master? No, Music
Music
what
Man.
Music Man, Ernie Ball, yeah.
Yeah, when they were small companies run by Hamer
Founders,
and Dean Zielinski
Mm-hmm.
and whoever ESP was. I don't know who that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't make billions of guitars, and they were great. They were, Gibson quality, maybe better at the time, and also price. They weren't cheap. Then they got popular enough to say, okay, let's make 50,000 guitars a year instead of 3.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they weren't as good.
Mm-hmm.
Then they went to the Asia.
That's what happened to everybody. Fender
pretty
too.
much.
Yeah. So, yeah, the Hamer. I remember seeing some good ones, sure.
Which Hamer is it?
No, he just said Hamer, just in general.
Which model? Oh,
Just said
just
the
in
old
general.
one, yeah.
Okay.
Is there also a pedal apocalypse? Yeah, maybe. There will be one if there isn't one going on already. Pedal sales, have they slowed down? Maybe, but yeah, our pedals are wicked over. But there's always been people dumping pedals. People would come in once in a while with a bag of 20 pedals. And go, I'm done with these pedals because I bought 20 more.
Right.
I don't need these, or these are the ones I took off my board. There's a lot of pedals out there, but I think the reason I mentioned guitar apocalypse is people were really thinking that their guitars were a savings account. And so that's what the apocalyptic part about it is like, you're going to lose 50% of the value of what you thought was money in the bank. Pedals, everyone knows, is just you get what you can. No one's really, other than collectors who are collecting rare and weird things. Yeah. So, but yeah. Orpheum Clipper archtop with no truss rod. Intonation and clearance, mild issues. Worth repair or hang on the wall. Those Orpheum guitars are cool. I'd just get it going. Like I had my did you see I had my Stewart guitar in here?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
was
early.
it,
That's the one
was
that
it back
Matt
there
was
in a
working
case
on.
for like 4 years?
No, Matt was working on my Stewart when you got here, and it's a guitar that hangs in my house.
Right.
And just needed strings and a little tune-up kind of thing. So what we did, but it's also an archtop that it could use a neck reset, but instead of that, I just planed the neck and took the hump out and made it and took the bridge down and kind of just made it work, and it's fine. It's nothing ideal. So yeah, those Orpheum guitars look great. Get it going. I mean, I would go full bore on it. I would get the neck reset. Because here's the thing. If you spend $800 fixing up your $600 guitar, that $800 is just about all labor. And so you're giving it to a person who's dedicated their life to fixing guitars. So it's not like you're really wasting your money. It's like when people say like, oh my God, we're sending a probe to Mars, we're wasting the millions of dollars. It's like we're not sending the millions of dollars is not inside the spaceship we're sending to Mars. The millions of dollars get spread around, people get paid to make the spaceship that goes to Mars. It's a jobs program. So if you want to be a jobs program, then send your hard luck archtop guitars to someone who works on them and spend more than they're worth getting them fixed up because they're damn cool. And Peter's probably out there going like, no, don't tell him that. I don't want to work on crappy archtops. I love crappy archtops.
He does.
Yeah. I got such a soft spot for him.
It's like your mission in life is to save all the old Harmony and K's and Stellas and Orpheums. And I don't care what it costs. Make it work.
Hi, Marc and Gary. We tuned in from Bob's Music Plus in Pembroke, Ontario, Canada.
Oh, welcome.
Love and share most of you your views and current market experiences. Okay, well, thanks for saying hi. I don't Ontario's a beautiful place, and hope to visit someday. So I'll stop by your shop someday. I haven't spent much time in Ontario. I do have half my family's Canadian. I'm half Canadian, so they're all maritime folks. But I will get out to see you someday. In Ontario, down in Mississippi. Your local guitar stores can save creativity with this AI dulling it. Over-the-counter chatter can spark interest. Yeah, well, I mean hopefully local. When I got involved in this business, I didn't do some of the things you're supposed to do, like automate the inventory with barcodes and just have everything on, always on reverb and everything everywhere. I just kind of kept it a store. And that might be paying off now, because once all the lowest common denominators get denominated, all you got is the ability to talk about guitars.
I just being here part-time, I think just about every day I'm here, somebody either thanks me or expresses a positive opinion about, oh, thank God, an old-fashioned store. I can walk in and talk to people, and they know what they're talking about, and they have the stuff I need, and the prices are fine. And I'm so sick of going to those stores where they don't know anything, and it's this is what we carry. See you later.
I just love going to stores that sell something other than clothes. I'll go to any store, like, because my wife goes for the clothing stores.
Right.
I'll go to a watch store and shop for watches. I've never worn a watch in my life, but just anything that's not clothes, let me at it. I just want to, feel something. Down in Mississippi, your local music store. That was Roger in Mississippi there. Thanks. Greetings from Northeast Tennessee. I enjoy your informative videos. I'm a working solo guitarist and vocalist. Yep, that's a niche that still hasn't been replaced by AI. They're just doing the work of standing in the corner of the brew pub or the wherever and playing music for people. It's
kind of all that's left. Being a blues band, that's tough around here.
Yeah,
you are not going to get a gig.
We're going to get 3 gigs a year, and that's what those bands that Skip's playing in, and they band Matt Becker's in that band, Yellow House Blues Band. I've seen them. Yeah, they do okay, but they don't play every week for sure. They just once in a while. Let's see here. They're not crappy. That lemonade top rarely cracks nor splits. Grant, yeah, I'm with you on that.
The what?
Yeah, we talked about crappy arch tops or whatever.
Yes.
A pressed top is a great idea.
Oh yeah.
You spend all day carving the top just to have the.
How Gibson always did it.
Yeah. All the Gibson.
Plywood pressed.
Yeah, just 3 plies too. It's not like it's like 5 plies. Just 2 ply. 3 plies, and they stabilize themselves, and you can. It helps you. Helps in the manufacturing because they can form. They can stamp it into shape instead of paying someone to stand there for a month carving on it.
I can say this absolutely, that all the collapsed arch tops I've seen over the years were L5s. That were solid tops.
Yeah,
and they were great for 30 or 40 years, and then
they do. That pressure just kind of pushes down on them. Greetings from Winnipeg.
Oh.
Yes,
our Canadian friends.
Yes, we are. We do love Canada, so don't listen to what you hear on the news. Most of us do. Yeah, don't listen to what you hear on the news. We're not going to invade. We won't let them invade. And what Fender Champion model do you recommend? Oh yeah, the Champion, that little amp that I like, the Champion 40. And now they call it the Champion 50. That's also fine. We got one recently. They just kind of made a new series and gave it 10 more. Pretended it's 10 watts louder. That comes with a 12-inch speaker.
Solid state, I presume.
Solid state. Yeah. The Champion, but is a good. One day, someone took down, one of the Gibson, arch tops, was sitting over by the window playing, really nice playing, kind of jazzy, whatever, just going through a bunch of stuff. And I was like, that guitar, that amp sounds great. What amp is he plugged into? I think he's plugged into like,
Deluxe reverb or something.
Yeah.
Right.
I look over there and it's the damn Champion 40. It's like,
well, it could have been a really good guitar.
Yeah, it was a great guitar, but that amp is no joke for the $169.
So it's got nothing to do with the original Champion.
Not the Champ or the Champ. I mean, there's a
in 1948, 49.
Yeah,
there was a Champion 100.
Champion 600. I remember seeing those. Yeah,
it's got nothing to do with those.
No, it's just so it's basically Fender's modern amp. It's Class D amplification, but it interfaces like a regular amp. Something you could look at and go, oh yeah, I can get sound out of this. You put a little reverb on, low distortion, push the button, instead of having the Mustang series, which has the knob you can spin forever, has 30 presets, every effect built in, and then you can make your own presets, and you can plug it into your computer, and then you can plug it into,
Fender's computer.
You can upload your things and share them. That stuff's fine if you like doing that. But the Champion is just fine. Just an amp that works.
We like that.
My dogs hit my hand. Love getting people to talk to in a store. Who knew it would be such a luxury? I don't know what my dogs hit my hand means, but anyways, yeah.
Maybe while he was typing.
Oh, okay. Oh, because I didn't understand what he said.
Dog wanted to type.
So, having a hard time selling or trading a 2000 Gibson Les Paul standard for $2,000. It's been pretty good, but stays in tune. Stays in tune. No fret issues. Should I just keep it in the closet for a couple of years? So yeah, that is.
How much is a new? They're about $3,000 for standard now.
I don't know how. Yeah, I mean, in the olden days that would be a good price, but now it's just hard to move them at any price. That's the thing. That's the thing about the race to the bottom is when demand sinks enough, it doesn't matter what you're asking. No one's going to buy it, or no one's going to buy your thing if you're not. And the other thing about internet selling is everyone's just looking for the best possible price. They're not considering other factors.
Right. Well,
so yeah, so either dump it for whatever you can get for it.
It's not quite
16, 18,
old yet. It's 25. Like that's not vintage.
It's older,
yet.
but not
Another 10 years maybe. But
so should you hold on to it? Well, you should play it.
First
of all, if you find you're not playing it, as an investment wise, I don't know if 2 years would be any better off. Maybe.
Who knows?
Yeah. But if you really gotta take what you can and consider the rest your rental fee. How many years have you had this guitar?
Right.
Well, if you had the guitar, if you bought it new 20 years ago, 22 years ago, 23 years ago, I guess, and you bought it for $2,000 and you're selling it for $2,000, take the win.
He's right on the edge. It's just a used guitar right now.
I got a Tisco bass from the 60s. Do they have any value in today's market?
Sure.
Yeah, about half the value they did a year ago. We had someone come in with an unusual Japanese guitar that would have sold for $350, a couple years ago.
Which one?
I don't know. This guy came into it wasn't. It was just here for on offer. He's can I trade this in? And I did the research. I'm like, this was a guitar that would be $350, a cool Japanese guitar. They're selling for $200.
Right. Yeah, it was the gold foil thing seems to be over now, and that's was the driving force because Tisco had a lot of guitars with gold foil pickups, and everybody wanted that sound. There's probably 8 pedals now that make that sound, but nobody talks about them anymore. So I'm sure they're not worth it.
Yeah, and they're making new gold foil pickups now too. They've made reproductions of them and then putting them on guitars, and so it's less of a novelty. It's like you have to have the old guitar to get the squealy pickups.
Yeah, unless you can find a collector, a Tisco collector.
Yeah, I mean, no, they're worth something, but they are worth less than they were for sure. And so the PRS SEs are a great deal right now. Oh yeah, we got two of them right here above my head. Oh, they're over there, and we'll sell you. That's another thing. Like at any price, like no one's picked them up in the last month.
People ask me about them
Yeah.
a lot, but they don't try them.
Yeah, so it's like there's not a lot of interest in them, and therefore they're hard to get people. They're great guitars. They're a great deal. They're probably the best deal. A used PRS SE could be the best deal in an electric guitar right now. For $400 to $500,
Yeah.
you can get a guitar that you could play for the rest of your life.
Yep.
Is it good as a Les Paul?
No.
Could be better. No, it's different, but two humbuckers.
I'd say it's generally better than an Epiphone Les Paul.
Oh yeah, I take it over the Epiphone any day. Seems like everyone's money's tight. That's the thing. And there's a comment. Thoughts on Dan Electro? Lots of thoughts on Dan Electro.
Where do you begin? 1956, 7?
Yeah, that's where you begin. Yeah, it's right around there.
Yeah. Should be a Dan Electro. There should be a Dan Electro display in some museum.
Yeah.
Just for innovation, ingenuity, simplicity, nailing
Economy,
it the first try.
And they were cheap guitars.
That was his goal.
Yeah.
To make a cheap guitar that worked well and lasted.
Did you notice for a while too, before he got big, Rick Beato was using a Dan Electro in his videos? It was like one of his favorite guitars. He'd be using the thing all the time. Yeah. He just liked it. I just like this guitar.
Right.
They have a different scale length, a different neck radius. They're just made different.
Okay.
And sometimes I like them too. They feel a little flat in the neck. The radius is kind of flat, but I like that feeling.
Mm-hmm. Never bothered me.
And I like the basses quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're talking about the original Dan Electros.
Yeah.
Mostly there was a 90s reissue,
Mm-hmm.
and then there was a better one.
Yeah.
I'm not even quite sure where they're at now.
Right now, they're great.
Yeah.
I think they're great. They're just a little overpriced.
Yeah, they're not cheap anymore.
Well, the problem is their margin is also bad. So, like, we're a Dan Electro dealer technically still, probably. If we, called them up, they'd sell us some guitars. We don't have any in stock right now because, for a guitar that's supposed to sell for $599, I got to pay $500. I got to give, $20 to the credit card company just for running the card. And then I got to, warranty it.
So you make 10-15%.
Pay someone to stand here, get the
That's
lights
how you
on.
go out of business.
Yeah. So that is a
Guitar Center. Are they selling?
I probably do. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're still doing all right. Yeah.
The big
Low
guys
margin, fast. Yeah.
big guys are getting a good margin because they're buying it by the gross. You order 6, you get very little margin.
Okay, PRSs. I think Fender did a good gold foil series. Yes, we sold a couple of Tellys with gold foils. Those are cool. Yeah.
I forgot about those.
Got my amp secondhand. Silvertone 1333. A Trainer bass amp. Trainer's great if you don't know, and lots of Canadians on tonight. So
Canadian Fender.
The Fender of Canada. Pour one out for G&L. Yes. One for my homies at G&L, yeah. I've been curious about short scale guitar. Maybe the Squier Mini Strat.
Yes.
Nah, I wouldn't do that. But Dan Electros are shorter scale. Dan Electros has a 2/3 scale guitar, I think.
I'm not sure they were that much shorter than a Gibson or anything.
I think
The little.
that's why people, the little Dan Electros people would use for slide because they were just shorter scale. They were easy to play slide on. On that Rycooter kind of. But slightly shorter scale. The minis are like half size. They're kind of so. You can go with a shorter scale guitar. The Fenders, Fender, the Mustang and the Jaguar. Those are shorter scale. Generally, when you get too short scale, the math doesn't. Yeah, the strings are a little floppy, or your gauges are weird.
The trick with the minis is put heavy strings on it.
Yeah,
they just like it better.
Hagstrom D2H Gold Top, completely stock, plays well with no electrical issues. Leave it alone, or are there improvements? So if you got the old Hagstrom, you're talking about the made in Sweden Hagstrom.
don't know that model number. Gold
Yeah.
Hagstrom. I can't remember seeing a gold top Hagstrom.
But if it's the original made in Sweden, hey, you pretty much leave it alone unless you got to fix it. I think they're fine. I mean, you can always mod a guitar and find some 5% extra, but they're a unique and interesting thing. So
we still have that Swede.
No, that one's sold.
Yeah,
we had the Swede, and someone sold it, and they're going to send it to Sweden. It's going back. It's going home finally after all these years. Because they have a lot of respect for him over there. And someone was like, they mentioned to a friend they saw one at a guitar store, and so that person was like, I'll buy it for me and send it to me.
They're arguably the best European electric guitars.
Probably most of the other Central European guitars were all kind of, I mean, I love bad guitars.
Well, yeah, but
we're all some kind of crappy, but the Hagstroms were real,
right.
Were really well made guitars, and so can't.
I knew a lot of people when I was a kid who they didn't have $300 to buy a new Stratocaster, but they could come up with $150 for a Hagstrom 1 or a Hagstrom 2 Strat.
G&L going to be offered at Fender? No, they have no interest in selling Fender G&L guitars. They just bought the intellectual property of Leo Fender and things associated with him so that they could use that in their marketing for Fender guitars. So they bought his image, basically the rights to use his image and his signature, his literal signature.
I hope they don't put his face on an acoustic guitar.
Yeah, like Martin did with Christoph Martin,
The worst part of that story was they forced the dealers to buy one.
Not just that, but everyone came in and was like, whoa, check out Abe Lincoln on that guitar. Everyone thought it was, no one recognized that it was Christoph Martin. They thought it was Abe Lincoln. I think he had a stovepipe hat or something. Okay. Here's a favorite of mine. Stand back. I always use a number 2 pencil to lubricate the nut slots. I think he's probably what's the word? Toying with me. He's what's the word? What do you call that when you're
flaunting?
No. He's trying to making fun of me. Because he's what the Europeans would say, taking the piss.
It's controversial.
Yeah.
I know a lot of guitar repairmen and luthiers who think it's a good idea, and a lot think it's terrible.
Yeah.
Blasphemy. That's the word.
It is. So the reason, it's the symptom. It's like, hey, my brakes are squeaking. I should spray them with WD-40. It's like, no, your brakes are squeaking because they need to be fixed. Don't spray your brake calipers with WD-40.
I frequently, this and other similar issues, I go back to something I read from Dean Markley, probably in Guitar Player magazine many years ago. He was interviewed and talked about strings and how they work, and it was generally informative at the time. But the thing he said that was really interesting, he said every time your string touches a new material, you lose about 10% volume, tone.
Oh, yeah.
So, ideally, string hits a metal saddle, hits a bone nut to the metal tuning post.
Mm-hmm.
That's about as good as it's going to get, unless you put a metal nut in, which nobody likes. But you start putting things in, graphite in here, and you use a graphite nut and this,
or
and
little
plastic
rubber standoff things.
It kills it becomes noticeable.
Interesting.
I've never seen a scientific survey, but it just sort of made sense to me. Keep it simple.
All right. So just another recap. This is Guitar Talk. We talk about guitars. Just leave a question, a comment in the room. We'll just put it into the discussion, and then also just say hi and where you're from, kind of thing. That's always fun. Here's something. Hi, my guitar was just set up last week. It seems fine, except I go past the octave and it's going sharp at A. What's going on your H? Then maybe they didn't nail it on the setup.
Well, I mean, some people don't know that guitars aren't perfect. They think when their guitar is intonated that every note on the fingerboard is going to
come up right in the middle of the tuner. Yeah.
No.
But the octave should be on.
Yes, you can mostly, almost all the time, get the octave to be right, and then it's gradually out as you move away from the octave. And it's true of any instrument with frets. You take the frets off, you don't even have to think about intonation.
So it says only on the E string, and was that the same person? Yeah. So on when you play the 5th fret on the E string, it's out of tune. Well, you can kind of maybe do a compromise with that. So if the octave's in but the 5th fret's out, that's common. But once again, it's not going to come up as perfectly in tune. It's your octaves are in tune, and then you have a spread. You're just a little. It's like a piano is not perfectly in tune.
There's also fret wear. If that happens to be an exceptionally low fret, you're pushing it at half a hair further. You'll hear that.
It's the biggest string. It's the one most likely to show a problem. A little imprecision.
I'll quote Keith Richards again. The guitar is imperfect, and that's why we love it.
Hello from England, from Phil Osborne. Really enjoying it. So just saying hi. Thanks for watching. It's better to sell guitars in parts or whole. Obviously, most
well, what guitars you got?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I wouldn't parts out your 57 Strat.
No.
But maybe a 75 or something might be worth.
Yeah, I mean, if the price, if prices have gone down, but parts are in need, maybe. Generally, keep a guitar whole, just for the sake of your soul.
Right.
It's just.
There's a thing. The 59 Les Paul pickup rings. They were somehow unique. I forget how. I used to know how to tell.
Yeah.
But people with 59 335s, whatever else, had humbuckers were taking them off. And at one point, they were $800 each they were getting.
Yeah.
And putting on, whatever.
You take it off a Melody Maker.
Yeah. Right.
Put it in and sell it to someone for $800. You paid for your Melody Maker.
Because they had a 59 Les Paul that was worth $2,000, except he didn't have the original ring, so it's only worth $160,000. So you spend $1,000 and whatever.
Problem is too many lowballers on whole guitars. Yeah, but also maybe people don't need the parts either, so you gotta be careful. And then if you part out a guitar, you spend time. You're not gonna sell every part,
right?
And you're gonna spend time partying out and shipping it out to everyone. Just I wouldn't take a lowball offer, but if you really want to move a guitar around, trade it, or just take whatever the market will bear, and just the rest of it, the remainder is the price of tuition. That's how you learn.
Well, I mean, if prices are actually low on used guitars, it means it's a tough time to get top dollar.
Do you have any one-chord songs that you enjoy playing? Hello from San Antonio, Texas. What's the best one-chord song?
I just heard about the only one-chord song that was ever #1 on the charts or something.
Harry Nilsson. You put the lime in the coconut. Yeah. What's that one called? Up the lime. That Harry Nilsson song, right. The lime in the coconut. That's one chord all the way through. That's a hell of a lot of fun to play because the one chord is a D7.
Right.
So you can play it up on the 5th fret, or you can play on the 7th, I guess, if you're doing the 7th. And you can play it on get a little tired up on the 5th fret. You can play it in the position halfway through. Angel Dance by Los Lobos. That's my favorite one-chord song. It's interesting. That's on The Neighborhood, I think, or somewhere right around there, mid-'80s.
Okay, almost. There are some.
Yeah, anyone in the chat, just let us know your favorite one-chord song as well. Yeah, Electric Avenue, one chord. Yeah, okay.
I have an idea. Take all the one-chord songs and mash them together.
Yeah.
Electric Avenue, Pine, Coconut.
Yeah. Just give them all, just have a chord change, and the chord change is the next song.
Right.
I'll put them all in the same key.
Yeah.
AI would do that for us, though. AI would be well suited to do that. One chord songs, thanks, and then imperfection. Imperfection is part of character. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ever heard of Ashdown amps? Oh yeah, we've heard of them. We've sold a few over the years.
Yeah,
they're fine.
Yeah, there was a while in the 90s.
The volumes are go the wrong way or something. I think they're British, so there has to be something backwards about them. Apologies to our English friend there.
Yeah.
There has to be something. In Britain, the hot and cold water are on the opposite side. They drive on the left side. There's always something in Britain that just seems just a little backwards to me. And so Ashdown amps, I think when it's all the way down, it's all the way up. The knob on it was kind of
I don't remember
inverse or something. Yeah.
I had a few. I remember the bass amps. They were fairly
bass,
common.
yeah.
Not many guitar amps.
Yeah.
And
John Lee Hooker, one chord. Yeah. Boom, boom. Probably has one chord, right?
boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't get any better than that. Have you guys ever been to Japan?
No.
I heard it was Guitar Nirvana with all kinds of vintage. Yeah. So they do have that, in Tokyo, they have that part of town that's just guitar stores.
Right.
And I had a plane ticket to go to Japan to my friend's wedding, and can't remember why. I think I dislocated my knee, and the doctor wouldn't let me fly
No.
because blood clots or something could happen in the air. I don't know what, but I didn't get to go to Japan. But I will go to Japan.
Oh, I do remember the late 80s when a lot of vintage guitars and amps went to Japan because they were paying more than top dollar.
Yeah, there's that too.
Had that brief personal thing. Tesla EL34s.
Yeah.
Which were considered the best for Marshalls.
Mm-hmm.
This was late 80s, early 90s.
Before we bombed the factory, Google that.
Right. I was getting from someplace in Los Angeles. I forget the name of the company.
Mm-hmm.
Order my dozen. They'd last a couple of weeks. I called them up once. I hear, that, there's, you guys are, the production's down on the Tesla. So don't worry about it. We got a warehouse full.
Yeah.
Okay, send me a dozen. A few weeks later, I call up. Can I get some more? Oh, they're gone. So, what do you mean? You said you had a warehouse full. Some Japanese Marshall collector called, and he bought the whole warehouse full of Tesla. There are no more.
Yeah.
So, some serious collecting going on over
Tomorrow Never Knows is a one-chord song.
right.
Ventura had some cool Japanese lawsuit guitars. Yep, those are kind of cool. We see some of those coming through. Run Through the Jungle. Yeah. Yeah, that's one chord all the way through. That's a good one. Just opened your used website using Microsoft Edge, and all the fonts for electric guitar descriptions don't contrast with the background. Huh. All right, we'll have our web guy check that out.
Jake.
Heroin from the Velvet Underground. Is it Heroin? No. What's that song?
I don't know.
Sister Ray by the Velvet Underground. I think Heroin has chords. I don't know. It's one chord song. Heroin. It's my life. Anyways, we have but one chord left. And now, actually, so this happens all the time. We get through about an hour of this, and we have as many viewers as we have ever had. So let's just first say subscribe and like and hit the notification and all that stuff. We're out of time.
And come back next week.
Come back next week for more fun, and we'll have a guest co-host, Gary. But thank you for coming and doing
You're
this.
welcome.
And we'll see you soon. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Of course, required by law to say like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff.
Really,
check out all the other videos. Yeah, it's a law. Yeah. Check out all the other videos here on YouTube, and like us on Instagram and Facebook, and stand by for the end.
He's going to go turn it off.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit here by myself.
Say goodnight, Gary.
I'll see you in a few weeks.